David, can you share about this fundraising event for the Foundation for Inner Peace and also the honouring of the first four, Helen, Bill, Judy and Ken?
Yes, well, it's been amazing to me to read about Bill and Helen. They had passed away by the time that I got into the course, and so through Ken's book Absence from Felicity and through lots of lunches with Judy and different stories that have been passed to me by people that knew them, it's been an amazing experience. I think of the persistence and determination that it took for Helen to scribe that book in the face of enormous resistance and like waves of doubt coming up. But she had made this commitment to Jesus somewhere deep in her mind, and she really stuck with it, even though the ego was kicking and screaming a lot. So that was an amazing part of it. Bill, the more I came to hear about Bill, the more miraculous and wondrous it became. I was even talking to Judy Skutch-Whitson, and she was relaying this time that the group of them had gone for a psychic reading, a free psychic reading, and the psychic reader had pointed to Bill and said that he had been Helen's teacher in previous lifetimes and really had prepared her for his function. So the more I hear about Bill, the more I hear about his steadiness, his evenness. He was an amazing psychologist, and he was like the comforter. The Holy Spirit and Jesus took the form of a comforter to keep Helen calm and reassured during very difficult years of scribing that quick shorthand that she took down, and holding her hand and arm as he was typing it out from the shorthand. And so what I've heard from everyone about Helen and Bill was that they had a very courageous life of asking for help, of praying for a better way, and basically receiving that in the form of A Course in Miracles. And then joined by Ken early on, first of all, as he came back from a kibbutz in Israel. And Ken's role, whereas Helen was the scribe and Bill was very instrumental in getting the book into this realm, so to speak, Ken was the scholar. He was the first teacher of A Course in Miracles, as many of you know, and I would say handpicked by Jesus himself. He brought an amazing gift of dedication and devotion and clarity for many, many decades of working with the material. And he worked closely with Helen in terms of editing it and punctuation, and then actually teaching it with his wife, Gloria. Gloria still is alive there and out in Southern California in the Temecula area, and they formed the Foundation for A Course in Miracles and did an amazing job of teaching and disseminating the book, obviously with Rosemary and Jeffrey, who are still teaching there in Temecula, and a great team of people. So Ken really helped steer the course into teaching it into the depths of what this book was offering. And so he had an enormous contribution. And then Judy Skutch, she came on the scene fourth, but she was also the one that heard when they prayed together at the beginning after they had the black binders. They all prayed together what to do, and Jesus basically said Judy will be the one to hear, and she basically heard make the commitment first. So all four of them made a lifelong commitment and really honored that commitment to really bring the Course into the world. And so I would say myself and every one of us, everyone who's been a student, a teacher of the Course, or even been touched by the Course in any way through a quote, or a poem or anything, we owe an enormous gratitude to these four. And Judy became the publisher, and certainly her husband Whit has been very instrumental in joining her in this long, decades-long collaboration of translating the course into 20-some different languages at this point. And Bob Skutch, Judy's first husband, amazing work that he's done in prisons and in so many years of dedication, and those three still go on with the help of Judy's daughter Tamara and Bob Rosenthal, who are now the co-directors of the Foundation for Inner Peace. And I think Judy's in her late 80s, and I think Whit and Bob are up in, they've crossed the 90-year-old mark, so they're all still doing an amazing collaboration, and all you can say is Jesus, he's the master. He picked a great team to deliver his Course in Miracles for all of us. And actually, when I was having lunch with Judy and Whit and Tamara and a group at her house, it came to a point where it started to feel like it was something that was very important, and Judy said, let's just be still and pray. And when she asked me what I had heard as we went around the round table, I had heard that it was to be a fundraising event, F-U-N, and we all had a good laugh with that. So the humor of Jesus, the joy, the laughter is so important in experiencing what the Course is pointing toward. True forgiveness is remembering to laugh at the ego and all that the egos seem to make. And so this is also very important in terms of supporting the Foundation for Inner Peace with the many functions that they do. I think most people are aware that the Foundation for Inner Peace is the copyright holder of A Course in Miracles. They spend millions of dollars translating the Course through much care and effort with translators from around the world in these many languages, and it takes financial support to keep this up, to keep the original published version of A Course in Miracles that Helen had asked be extended to the world. The Foundation is doing that work and continues to do that work, so the financial support will be to continue the efforts along that. They also have a beautiful website. They are working now in audio presentations of the Course. They are into digital representations of the Course, an ebook, and they've stuck to their purpose. They were to publish and to disseminate A Course in Miracles to the world, and they have done their function. They continue to do their function now with Tamara and Bob leading the way. So I feel like all that we can do as students and teachers of the Course, living and practicing the Course, is to offer our support and offer anything we can to them in order for them to continue to do the work that they do. And that was the feeling that I had initially when I brought this up to Judy and Tamara and Whit at lunch. The proceeds of the event will all go to support the Foundation for Inner Peace out in Northern California, and hopefully we'll be able to get some video or some kind of a stream. We're way out there in rural Canyon, but we would love to have a message from Judy and Whit, perhaps Bob, and then Tamara and Bob, who have taken over now as co-directors of the Foundation for Inner Peace. They'll be out there, and we'll have teachers that go way back to the beginnings of the Course. Carol Howe is flying up from Florida, and she was a very good friend of Bill Thetford, and wrote a book that shared really the essence of Bill, and which is a huge gift to all of us. And John Monday, who really was taken under the wings of Helen Schucman, and has amazing parables of his experiences in life with Helen Schucman will be there. And we'll have teachers like Gary Renard, who's very well known for The Disappearance of the Universe and the subsequent books that he wrote. Dove Fishman from ACIM Gather and Awakening Together. There are going to be such a wonderful group of teachers and guests flying in. My friend Maria Felipe is coming in from California, and we'll be there to join with teachers and students of the course from around the world. And it will be a very much of a celebration, and also we'll get to hear some of those stories directly. We love and respect the elders, and we want to give them like a standing ovation for a job well done. Actually, I would say perfectly orchestrated by Jesus, and so we can have that appreciation how everybody played their part so magnificently that we can just stand back and full gratitude for everything that's been shared. Such a blessing. I look forward to seeing all of you out there. It's beautiful in the canyon. The Living Miracles Monastery is a beautiful property on 49 acres, and it's going to be an amazing, warm, heartfelt celebration. So I'm glad to be part of it, and I hope that you can come and join me and all of our friends. And there's a Facebook page too for the event, Celebrating Inner Peace. And already before I came down here to do this interview, I just started, I could click and invite some of my 5,000 friends. So I was having some fun doing that. So I hope you'll go visit that page too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Blessings.